Good morning. I was so honored when asked to speak today representing the hundreds of thousands of Texans who are a part of PTA across the state. In PTA, we are parents and grandparents, educators, and school staff. We truly represent the village that helps raise every child in Texas public schools. So our network of volunteers runs really deep through the very roots of our communities. In North Texas, PTA is a big part of the community. In Tarrant County alone, PTA can be found in 12 school districts and in over 300 schools. That number more than quadruples if you look at the entire Metroplex area. So I thank the American Heart Association for welcoming Texas PTA to this very important conversation. We are invested in nurturing the whole child. Simply put, what happens to our students on and off campus. In order for our children to thrive in school, they must be healthy and supported in all aspects of their lives. Vaping is a poison, quite literally, that has entered our homes and schools with a vengeance. And unlike its more foul-smelling cousin, the cigarette, it has managed to sneak under the radar, even rearing its ugly head in classrooms and over Zoom. It is an audacious menace that keeps growing in popularity among young people. Statistics make teen vaping feel like an insurmountable problem, but I sincerely believe that nothing is beyond our reach. Like the men and women who spoke before me today, Texas PTA is committed to changing these statistics. The companies that put greed above the health of our kids must be stopped from their predatory methods. And rather than face harsh discipline from falling victim to the allure of vaping, students must be helped. Addiction is hard enough for adults to overcome. Can you imagine what that must feel like for an 8th grader? So for years, Texas PTA has been working to put up barriers between smoking and school-aged children. During the 86th legislative session, we were a big proponent of raising the age to purchase tobacco from 18 to 21. Though a high school sophomore couldn't legally purchase cigarettes, another older student in the same building could bring tobacco on campus, making something illegal for most students widely available. During the session, we gave public testimony arguing why raising the age was a critical speed bump in the fight against teen smoking. And now for the 87th session, Texas PTA has once again made vaping a top legislative priority. We are working to ban flavors that target kids. As I like to say, cotton candy belongs at the carnival, not in a vape pen. We also want to regulate the sale of e-cigarette products and pursue a state excise tax. Vaping is a dangerous and addictive habit and merits a tax just like traditional tobacco. Though this session is wildly different than any year before it, Texas PTA is still showing up at the Capitol and also holding virtual meetings with lawmakers. We are staying the course and working to ensure that real change comes out of this session. At this point, May is just around the corner and there is still more work to be done. We are happy that organizations like the American Heart Association are fighting the good fight, and we know this firsthand. A little over a year ago, right before the world fell apart, Texas PTA partnered with the American Heart Association for our first ever live stream event at the Capitol. Straight Talk, a matter of life and breath, invited a panel of students, parents, and doctors to share their stories and discuss what can be done about the vaping epidemic. That virtual event, before virtual became the norm, reached the furthest corners of our state, being watched nearly 16,000 times. It was an incredible day, and the response we received clearly showed that teen vaping is an issue everywhere. Regardless of economy, demographics, and where a town is located on the map, vaping is a problem for school districts. Yes, this is a scary situation, but my advice to vaping companies: never underestimate the power of community. When the welfare of our kids is at stake, there is no distance we won't go. And thankfully, we are doing this together. Texas PTA is proud to be partnering with the American Heart Association to bring an end to teen vaping, but we cannot go it alone. We invite everyone today to help. And the biggest things you can do are get involved and get informed. Take advantage of all of the resources the American Heart Association has to offer, both online and in your community. And don't forget, there is strength in numbers. Texas PTA will be vocal this session to stop companies from selling flavors that are blatantly marketed to kids. But our voice at the Capitol is only as strong as our statewide membership. If you are not a PTA member, please consider joining PTA in your community. You do not have to be a parent to join. All you have to do is care about our students and our schools. Your single membership will amplify our thunderous voice and tell lawmakers change must happen now. The hard work is underway, and the American Heart Association and Texas PTA need as many people as possible to join in. Together, we will extinguish teen vaping.